Budget keyboards have gotten really good. Not too long ago, if you were on a tight budget and you wanted a mechanical keyboard, there wasn't many options out there. Sure, there were plenty of options for mechanical feeling keyboards out there, but in terms of genuine mechanical keyboards, it really just was slim pickings. Nowadays, there's plenty of options out there for budget-minded enthusiasts and gamers alike. And I gotta say, with this keyboard, what you get for the price is pretty darn nice. This is the GK61 by TMKB. It's a 60% 61 key keyboard and has both wired and wireless connectivity. The keyboard I received comes in a white and blue color scheme, but you can get one in a black and dark red combination if you prefer that instead. For switches, you have the choice between 3 different Gateron optical switches. You have Gateron reds, browns, or blues, which is what I received for this video. Out of the box, you get a warranty card and a user manual, a keycap and switch puller, the keyboard itself, and a 5-foot braided USB-A to USB-C cable, which seems to be of pretty decent quality. For a sub $50 keyboard, the GK61 is pretty solid. The build quality of the keyboard deck feels nice and sturdy. You can lay it either flat or prop it up with the collapsible feet. The ABS keycaps, while a little cheap, do the job just fine and are easily replaceable if you'd like to upgrade them in the future. I myself swapped out the WASD keys with my old Corsair textured keycaps, specifically for gaming reasons, and they fit my keyboard just fine. The GK61 is a 60% keyboard, so it takes up very little space on the desk, which I personally really like. The drawback to the 60% size is that you do find yourself having to use the function key a lot for certain things, including the arrow keys. For most people out there, it's not a big deal, but it can get annoying at times. Hi, so yeah, apparently I totally neglected to mention that you can use this with Mac computers as well. I don't have a Mac to test this out on, so I can't tell you how well it works or not, but you basically hit function V to toggle Mac mode and function B to go to Windows mode. So for you Mac users out there, this should work just fine. All right, back to the video. As you can see, the keyboard also has RGB. It has 10 static color options to choose from by hitting the function and right bracket key. You can adjust the brightness by hitting the P or left bracket when holding function. And if you want different RGB animations, you can cycle through them with function and backslash. There is software available for the GK61, but it seems to be pretty buggy right now, and I personally wasn't able to get it to work. If you can get it to work, you can do things like adjust your RGB settings and make custom macros. It's really unfortunate that the software won't work for me, because you can set up different profiles in the software and toggle between them with the QWERTY keys. And that would be a really cool feature to use, but as it stands right now, due to the software just not working, the feature is basically non-existent until the software is updated. As I mentioned before, not only can you use this in wired mode, you can actually use this in wireless mode via Bluetooth, and even toggle between 3 different devices when you're in wireless mode. To connect your keyboard via Bluetooth, set the switch on the back to on. Make sure your device is set to Bluetooth mode by holding down the function button and pressing spacebar. If the spacebar is blinking blue, that means it is in Bluetooth mode. Hold down the function key and long press either Z, X, or C. When the key starts flashing red or blue, it's now in pairing mode. With your device of choice, find your keyboard and pair it. You can have up to 3 different devices set with this keyboard, and you can toggle between them by pressing the function key and the key that you paired it with. Using this toggle feature, I was easily able to toggle between my phone and PC this way. Although I should mention that the process isn't seamless, it does take a second or two when toggling between different devices. As far as Bluetooth performance goes, it does the job just fine. I was able to type the outline for this video and had no issues doing so. I even was able to play some Doom Eternal without experiencing too much latency. It's there, but for single player games, it's totally fine. Of course, if you primarily play online games, I would just stick with the wired connection. Alright, so now let's discuss the switches on this keyboard. The GK61 is hot swappable, but it's only going to work with Gateron optical switches. If you're unfamiliar, optical switches basically use an infrared signal instead of a metallic contact found in traditional switches, which theoretically can be advantageous for gaming due to its fast response. To remove switches from the GK61, simply remove the desired keycap with the included tool, then use your switch puller and pull the switch out from the top and the bottom of the switch. When placing a new switch in the socket, just make sure that the window portion of your Gateron switch is aligned with the GK61's light and push it into place. As I mentioned earlier, the keyboard that I received had Gateron blue switches, so let's go ahead and type with this and see how it sounds. Personally, I think the Gateron blue switches sound pretty darn good as far as blue switches are concerned anyway. I also received an additional red and brown switch in the box, which I don't know if everyone will receive with their product, but since I have them, I figured I might as well do a side-by-side comparison in case you want to hear it. All right, so my general thoughts on this keyboard, yeah, for the price, I think this is a great buy. I've been daily driving this for a couple weeks now, using it for gaming and productivity, and it performs great, and the switches sound good too. That being said, I do think the keycaps are a little cheap and a bit noisy. And while I like the blue switches, I'd really like to see how this keyboard can sound once it's upgraded with maybe some lubed silver switches, and maybe with some new keycaps thrown in as well. If you'd like to see an upgrade like that in a future video, be sure to hit that like button to let us know. For a sub $50 price point, there's a lot to be had here. Sure, the keyboard's not perfect, but it's solid, and there's plenty of room to grow to make this keyboard even better and more customized to your liking. You can typically find this keyboard on Amazon for just under $50, and right around the time I received the product, I believe the keyboard was even on sale for $39, so keep your eye out for sales as well. If the GK61 sounds like something you'd like to pick up for yourself, I'll leave an Amazon affiliate link in the description down below. But that about does it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again, as always, for watching the video and checking out the channel. Let us know if you like this type of content or not by hitting that like or dislike button, and if you like the GK61 and you want to see something similar to that, check out Brennan's recent video on the Diera DK63. Feel free to hit us up on any of our social media platforms and consider joining our Discord community server listed in the description down below. But yeah, that's about enough rambling out of me, everyone. Thank you again so much for watching. My name is Blake, and for all things tech, games, movies, to anything nerdy in between, be sure to subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.